What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So we're going to be talking about concealed carry. One of the biggest questions I get all the time is, Matt, what is the best technique used for concealed carry? So first things first, there's no perfect technique in concealed carry. So let's get into it. It doesn't matter if you carry a gun strong side, small the back, appendix, ankle carry, shoulder carry, pocket carry. It does not matter the technique of how you carry a concealed carry firearm. The only thing that matters is that you have it in a good quality holster that you can use for concealed carry. The honest, no joke truth is that when it comes down to concealed carry, there is no perfect method of concealed carry. That's why I carry various different methods. My preferred technique is a strong side and a pancake inside the waistband holster. That is my preferred method. However, when it starts getting warmer out and I have less layers of clothing on, or I'm a nice little polo shirt that I have for work, nice little kind of not quite loose fitting, but not tight fitting polo shirt, strong side carry prints a little bit more. It does, so I have to adjust my technique to actually carrying a firearm. You can even adjust the gun. If you'd rather have a smaller gun than have a smaller gun, just keep in mind the smaller the gun is, the harder it is to shoot. A lot of people say a small gun is an expert's gun. And I'm not saying you need to be an expert to shoot it. It's like you need to be an expert to shoot it accurately. All right, so a small gun is a little bit more difficult to shoot, a little bit harder to handle, and all that other stuff. However, they are a great method. They're a great little gun if you really need deep concealment, like on an ankle rig or wherever you want to carry it. One of my biggest pet peeves is don't put it on one of those Techniclip things. Right? Those Techniclip things, they sit so far low in your pants that you can't even get your hand onto the actual gun to actually pull the gun out very well. You literally can't get it on there. And I see people doing it with like a striker fired pistol, which is dumb because the trigger guard isn't protected, which means anything could set off that trigger. So if you're going to be carrying it in like a Techniclip, don't. But if you honestly want to carry it in a Techniclip, use like a double action trigger, a long heavy trigger pull, because that's the safest technique for carrying it and something like that. However, it's a really crappy technique to carry. Small back carry, I'm not a fan. Some people love it. I'm not a fan of it. I've done a video about it a long time ago. Carry small to back, you have a big hunk of metal or a hunk of plastic with metal sitting on your spine. All right? If you find yourself in a defensive situation where you're getting knocked on your back, guess what? You can have a serious back injury. You can have a serious back injury. For example, there was a police officer a long time ago. He was carrying his primary on a strong side, like in his duty rig, what he had, but he also had a backup on the small of his back. He chases the suspect. The suspect jumped into like a little gorge or a little hole or whatever it is in the middle of the night, and a police officer, without hesitation, followed him without looking. They both fell a significant height, and the police officer broke his back because he landed on his back, and guess what blocked the fall? The pistol resting on his spine. So for me, small to back carry is not the best carry. A couple other reasons for that: if you're bending over, every single time you bend over, that damn t-shirt's going to come up over that. Ask me how I know, right? When I first started carrying concealed, I carried small to back carry. That's how I know about that one. Now, like I said, my preferred technique is strong side and a pancake holster. However, in something like this, I'm probably carrying appendix. That's what I'm carrying today. I'm carrying appendix. Why am I carrying appendix? Because it's easier to conceal when you're in kind of a shirt like this or a polo type of shirt like that. It's easier to conceal, and people's eyes naturally do not look in that specific area. Now, I don't like appendix carrying with a striker fired gun, so for me, it's my SIG, my M11A1. However, some people love it. I have a good holster that I have done it before, and I don't problem with it. Last summer, I think I carried my Glock 19 appendix a lot, just because of all the t-shirts I was wearing and a really good holster for it. But even then, I was uncomfortable with it. I prefer a hammer fired pistol for a appendix carry rig when it's pointing in that direction. So for me, on a day like today, when I'm back in my polo shirts, it's a nice warm day, gonna be in the 70s today, guess what? I'm carrying appendix. Is it my favorite method? No, it's not my favorite method, but it works very well. Sometimes I'll carry pocket carry, all right, and I'll throw my J-frame. If I really want deep concealment, I'll throw a J-frame in my pocket. A very small J-frame in the pocket works very well. Sometimes I'll put my J-frame appendix because that's very small, very, you almost can't see it. Now, keep in mind too that when you're concealed carrying, one of the biggest things that people are worried about when they concealed carry, oh my God, can people see my gun? Most people are blind, all right, they don't see what's on your body. However, if you have a really crappy holster and it's sticking out, yeah, they're going to notice something. So most people aren't looking for a gun. So whether you carry strong side appendix, there's a high probability that they won't even notice it's there, even if it's printing a little bit. However, if you really want to be set and make sure it isn't printing, get a better holster that works. Maybe change your clothing a little bit depending on how you're carrying it. Or go with a different size of the gun. That's the other technique that you can do to stop the printing. But when it comes down to that, what I do is, depending on what I wear, I swap out my gun to whatever carry size I want, whichever, like on a day like today, Appendix. Yesterday, it was Pancake on my right side, right? So, but one other thing that I keep in mind, some people say you have to stick with one technique. That's the only technique you got to do. In a tactical sense, yes, you have to build up the muscle memory. However, if in a civilian sense, if you train those various techniques on a daily basis and you know how to function them, like I dry fire practice training all the different ways that I carry my guns. I go out shooting, carrying testing out all the different ways I carry my gun. Guess what? In a bad situation, when your adrenaline starts picking up and your scientist starts shutting down in your brain and you function and you only have that muscle memory, you're going to function and you're going to be able to do it. So practice carrying, practice shooting with the techniques that you're going to be carrying the gun with. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about me. Remember, guys, it is our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other. Peace.